This meeting is being recorded.
Prashant, I can only imagine how busy you are these days, man.
Dude, I literally I had a film crew in my house since 10 a.m.
Wow. It's all for promotions, or you're doing something new?
My friend, who's my friend now, he wrote a movie script on my life, but he did like a lot of the 30 for 30s for ESPN. He did like CM Punk and Ric Flair's documentaries.
Wow.
He does Shaq Life for on TNT, Shaquille O'Neal's show.
Yeah.
He's like, legitimate.
So they want to make a movie about your life.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Because I think it's an inspirational material for anybody out there,
Yeah.
for a lot of people. And I know a lot of times you offer for people to reach out to you and to, for you to help them. But I think it's beyond addiction, beating substance abuse addiction. I think it's just overall inspiration in life to kind of like overcome difficult things. I know you've done probably 1,000 interviews in the last 2 weeks or whatever. I can only imagine, man. But I saw some, especially with Ariel. And I don't want to even I don't want to talk about the same stuff. I don't want to ask you the same BS questions because the whole world knows what happened.
Yeah.
And anyone that knows anything about MMA or any fights, they know that you won. That's not the point. That's not even a question. I'm only curious how do you overcome this in your own mind, and how do you remain this strong and this determined? Because I know you said you've been dealt much worse cards in your life. You'll overcome that. How do you view this thing that you made it so positive? I'm just admiring that.
I mean, I think the fact that it happened the way it happened it made me more popular than I ever was before.
Yep.
I got more attention than I ever got. And I think if I won the fight, people would just flip the narrative. They would say, "Oh, Paddy sucks," or
Right.
the fight was, you suck. They would have flipped it somehow or the other. So the fact that everybody knows that I won, but they gave it to Paddy, they're just like, the people have so much to say about the UFC and how fighting works. And so man, I got so many messages from people from Liverpool.
Yeah.
Or the UK. Oh, I was a Paddy fan, and now I'm your fan. I hate him.
That's amazing.
It's not Paddy's fault.
Right. No, listen.
I think he thought he lost too. So, but it is what it is. And I think that something bigger will come from this anyways. Right. Yep. It's made me more popular. It's made me a bigger name than I ever was. So, it's only been 2 weeks, so I still have yet to see the silver lining, but I'm sure we'll find out sooner than later what it is,
Absolutely. And you said it. Paddy knows what happened. He was, he's there. But I got to give him credit. He obviously is a good, like you said, he's a star for a reason on social media. He flipped the script instantly on the spot. He said, "Whoa, it was a short thing, no problem at all." But deep inside, obviously, he knows. I'm saying, you personally, you took a bad situation, what perceived to be bad, and you flipped it and you made it positive. Yourself, I think, like you said, your stock went up for sure, and I think it will lead to bigger and better things, which I think your management and the UFC probably already indicated. But I just think it's amazing how people can view this and can see that how difficult things in life or some disappointments can be changed and can be viewed differently and can be viewed as a blessing. Do you think that the fact that you are a man of religion and a man of God plays a big part in this thing? In other words, in your ability to flip situation from negative to positive?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, every scripture is like, have faith in me and know that my plan is bigger than what you ever think. So,
yeah,
like I said, I have to see the silver lining. So whatever God's cooking up for me is probably going to be better than what I ever could have thought. So,
absolutely.
I have to just have faith and go let time pass. And, and that's what I'm doing. And it helps. It helps in the moment, day by day when it's just it's something that gives me like motivation to like, all right, well, if he's always keeps his promises, so then I'm just gonna keep going, and that's what I always did anyway. So um, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, that's how you overcome the biggest battles in your mind, in your life.
Yes.
Because just think about where you were. Like you posted it a little while ago about how many years you've been clean and how you
Right.
help other people. I think it's a tremendous thing. And hopefully, like you said, it will lead to bigger and better. Do you think there's a chance you're going to run it back with Paddy? Were you looking to do that, or is it you
I
have
mean,
obviously have options?
of course, I had to say that, and of course I would. Do I think
No,
I'm
yeah,
going to do my next fight? No.
you don't know,
Um,
right? Okay.
I think they probably would have already said like, "Look, you're going to get the rematch," but I haven't heard anything. It's Christmas now. The UFC's off.
Oh yeah,
I know they're matching fights, but they haven't said anything to me. And but that's fine. Maybe he'll set something bigger up down the line
for sure.
between the two of us. Um, so we'll see what happens. And I think whoever my next opponent is going to be a big name anyway. So
Oh, no doubt. No question. No question. And becomes it's almost a question, does Paddy want to run it back? You never know. But I think the two of you had a lot of good, interesting topics such as mental health awareness. And I'm not even sure if anything came out, although he said in his interview that he wants to possibly even do a foundation and do different amount of work towards helping with mental health awareness. I think it would be a tremendous thing. Hopefully he'll stick with that. Obviously you do, and I know you do a lot of stuff to help people. With him, you never know. Obviously, it's something that he may or may not be interested in,
yeah,
and I hope it continues. You know what it is, but I know you guys exchange words. Is it okay to ask what's he positive towards you? In other words, did
yeah,
he? Okay,
he was super nice, super. It was like I didn't even want. By the time fight day came, I didn't even want to fight him because he was so nice, and we
so
were
nice, right?
we were hugging, we were giving each other handshakes, and we were laughing. So it's like it's but I punch my friends in the face every day.
No, for
So
sure,
like it's not like it
professional.
didn't make it any harder or easier to go in there and fight them. So it's the same thing. It's just business. The fight is just the
Absolutely.
business part. So
Oh no, for sure. But I meant afterwards. I meant after the fight, and I know you guys
we
talked.
had like one interaction after the fight backstage, and then that was it. I didn't see him anymore. So
I got you. I got you. Not, speaking of what you just said about punching friends in the face, how do I know you go into the fight, you've had so many fights. How do you turn this on and off? What I mean is, even if you had to fight your friend in the UFC, you probably would have. The question is, I know it's all professional, but how do you, when you come back to the normal life, so to speak, how do you turn that off? In other words, does it take a long time?
it takes a couple days, for me to come back down. But I tried to like stay away from social media and just be with my friends and family, and get back to just life without meetings and just being the person that I am.
Right.
I have to decompress from the gym. Like I can't just. I used to like come back from a fight and then go back to the gym right away because I was so I was young and eager. But I don't. I don't have to do that right now. I don't. I mean, I'm still working out. Like I fought, and then like 2 days later, I was in the gym working out. But I wasn't like doing jujitsu or sparring or
Right.
anything. Like
Nothing
I was
hard.
just like doing cardio or lifting, just because that's what I'm always going to do. But when it comes to like training for fighting, I have to decompress from it. Otherwise, I go nuts. It's like anything else. Like you gotta have balance.
Yeah.
And then after a long fight camp, and then fight week, and then the fight, you're like, all right, I need a break. Plus, it was the holidays.
Yeah.
Christmas was coming, so it was easy for me this time to just get into the Christmas mood and watch some Christmas movies and eat some junk food,
Get back to it, right?
have some good food, and then just. But I've been in the gym every day.
Yeah, no, I know it's part of your life.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm just kind of curious from your family, and I ask a lot of fighters. I had a conversation with Dan Severn a while back, and he was asking, yeah, I was asking him the same thing. Like, you kind of turn on this beast mentality to go in. You have to, because it's sort of, to me, it's no different than like a gladiator or somebody with that mentality. Even though it's obviously rules and it's everything else, but you're going in there, you're fighting like there's nothing. You leave nothing outside. And when you come back, I know your family and your friends and everybody kind of probably sense the difference. And it just amazes me. It amazes me how you and other professional fighters can kind of like turn that off and come
Yeah,
back. You know, what I mean, decompress, excuse me,
yeah.
and just kind of stay with that. That's amazing to me. What when you train now, you're just training. It's just a part of your daily life, right? You don't have any specific objectives, so you're just kind of hanging out with your regular people in the
I
gym,
mean,
right? And just
so yeah, and like I'm focusing on just like fitness right now, just like my strength training and like we changed my program for lifting, trying to put on some size and get stronger.
yeah,
Uh, but like as far as like game planning, we're not doing any of that. So
yeah, it's a whole different thing, right?
yeah, I'm
Once
just
you know your
chilling.
opponent,
Exactly.
I got you. Do you still have a lot of people reaching out to you for
Oh my
sustenance
God, dude.
all day long, right?
I've been talking to for the last 2 weeks
How do you find
before
the
the
time?
fight. Before the fight too, it's been nonstop. People today, yesterday, just like so many different people, man. Always talking to people, trying to help them. It's crazy. It's literally insane. I need to have someone help me do it.
Right. No,
I don't know if you
that's the
saw
whole
my
point.
post about with the DMs.
Yep.
It's just
How do you find the time? That's the whole
I
question.
can't. I don't have the
It's
time.
crazy.
I have to hire someone. Literally, I had to hire someone to help me look through it. I gave them my password, and I'm like, all right, you just
Just
every
that.
day just look through it all. You know?
Yeah, but I think beyond that, it's almost, and it's something I'm working on because I think there should be a platform where you and guys similar to you that can help other people can talk to, like, let's say maybe a bunch of people at the same time. Because
Yeah.
you can't just go one by one by one. It's just really, you're only a human being. Like you can't just go, forever and nonstop send these things and just keep going. I'm hoping that, but you can't really underestimate the importance because believe me, each person you talk to, you're probably making a life and death a difference. In other words, you're really saving someone's life when you tell them a positive message. But more importantly, like the way you handle yourself in the last 2 weeks, it's so powerful to people that are watching, and they would have flipped out and already like say, "Oh, I'm so disappointed. God is against me." And people start coming back with all kinds of nonsense, and it's so uplifting to see what you're able to do. What do you normally do for New Year's, man? You're just hanging out with your family, with your friends and all that?
I'll probably go to dinner with my parents. Moved to Florida
Okay.
like a week ago. They came down full time finally from New York. My wife's mother's here, so we're probably just gonna go get dinner, hang out, maybe watch the ball drop, and that's it.
I guess. Yeah, yeah. No, that's what it's all about. Listen, I really appreciate your time. I didn't want to even take your time for too long.
All right, man.
I want to talk to you some more in the future, hopefully, whenever things
Sure,
materialize.
100%.
Just want to tell you, I so really appreciate everything you're doing for people, and I don't think people understand how much of that you do per day, like you just said, all day long DMs. But besides that, I think your mind is probably more focused on helping people and taking care of people's mental state, helping people like be the most. Because what you've overcome was amazing to me when I listened to your interviews. You mentioned that you had literally were training at in New York, and sometimes you had to like take time to go put a needle in your arm. So I was just listen and look, and when you look at what could be done over in the last few years, what a difference it is. You're like a top-notch athlete with top-notch mentality. It's just mind-boggling to me, and it's so uplifting to everybody else. Truly appreciate it, man. Truly appreciate it.
Thanks,
And
Mike.
we'll set up another time and whatnot, and we'll figure stuff out.
For sure. Thank you.
Thanks. All right, Jared. Appreciate it, man. Talk
Have a good
soon.
night. All right,
Have a
bye.
good one, man. Take care.